Ever since Jorge Masvidal has offered to fight the great Nate Diaz for his final bout before retiring, fans of UFC have been super hyped to see a potential repeat of their 2019 fight. However, promoter Chael Sonnen believes that the UFC will probably avoid a second matchup between the two veterans. In today's video, we're talking about Chael's thoughts on a potential Masvidal vs. Diaz card, as well as some more related news. Let's dive in. First up, the UFC likely to avoid a second fight between Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz. Chael Sonnen uploaded a video on his YouTube channel called Jorge Masvidal's Going Down the Wrong Road, and talking in detail about Masvidal calling out Nate Diaz. He said that while Masvidal's doing what's right for him and a fight between the two is going to be huge, it's highly unlikely that the UFC will let it happen. He explained this by saying that it's going to be Nate Diaz's final fight, and it'll be a tremendous risk to put him in the ring with one of the UFC's biggest stars. If Masvidal loses, he'll also lose a lot of his pull. It's going to be Nate's final match anyway, so him winning isn't going to help the UFC at all. Chael expressed that this is also the reason the fight between Masvidal and Conor McGregor isn't happening. While it'll probably be the UFC's biggest fight ever, the company has to think about the future instead of just one night. He also claimed that a fight between an up-and-comer and Masvidal will hold much more value for the company, but for some reason, no one's challenging him. Chael's known to be right about the UFC quite often, and if he says a Masvidal vs. Diaz fight isn't going to happen, it probably isn't. However, in this world, you never really know. Let's see. Next, Jorge Masvidal calls Nate Diaz a diva. In the past few months, it's become quite apparent how frustrated Nate Diaz is with the UFC. The 37-year-old has been calling out pretty much everyone on the roster on his Twitter account. At UFC 244 in 2019, he and Jorge Masvidal faced each other in the inaugural BMF title match. Masvidal convincingly won the bout thanks to a doctor's stoppage after Diaz suffered a nasty cut on his face. And now, Masvidal wants a rematch. On an appearance at the MMA Hour, Masvidal said that while he doesn't usually take the UFC's side on things, he's heard that Nate Diaz keeps turning down every fight the company offers him. He called his longtime foe a diva and urged him to just fight. As always, Masvidal was ready to trash talk and offered to sign off Diaz in his last fight. He claimed that he wouldn't mind breaking Diaz's jaw and sending him to whatever gambling casino he's going to be fighting at. Lastly, he expressed that he doesn't think Diaz will sign if his name gets brought up again, implying that Diablo is scared of him. We gotta say that while a fight between the two might be kind of unlikely right now, if it does happen, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Fingers crossed. And now, fans react to the new Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz beef. Many believe that Jorge Masvidal calling Nate Diaz a diva is pretty tired and hypocritical. Just a couple of years ago, Masvidal was the one fighting with the UFC. In fact, he even asked the company to let him go if they couldn't pay him what he wanted versus welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. A few fans have pointed out that Masvidal was acting like he was fighting UFC for everyone on the company's roster. Right now, he should be supporting Diaz, instead of calling him a diva for having problems with the UFC. Other fans believe that Masvidal is just saying this to bait Diaz into a fight. A bout between the two would obviously be super lucrative for him, and he's sure to make quite a bit of money off it. We would love to see the two face off again. However, as Chael Sonnen said, a bout between the two doesn't really benefit the UFC long term, and Dana won't want it to happen. Jorge Masvidal recently signed a new contract, and he's likely to remain with the company for a while. Instead of a potential dead-end fight between him and a veteran such as Diaz or McGregor, he's probably going to face some young fighter next. Knowing how amazing a fighter Masvidal is, whoever he faces next has their work cut out for them. We can't wait to see the UFC legend step into the octagon once again. And that's all about how the UFC will probably avoid a second fight between Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz. Now, it's time to move on to some more related news. Now, in other related news, Conor McGregor named Internet's most hated fighter. According to a study conducted by bookmakers.com, the Notorious is the most hated fighter on the internet. The sportsbook utilized the social listening tool Linkfluence to determine how fans feel about every fighter on the UFC roster, and the data was taken mainly from fan conversations on Twitter and Reddit. As it turned out, Conor McGregor garnered the most negative attention out of all UFC fighters, and around 29.31% of all conversations about him included people hating on him. We can't say we're surprised. The same study also showed that Israel Adesanya is currently the most beloved UFC fighter on social media. Second to him was former flyweight champion Brandon Moreno, and third was McGregor. So while Conor may have the most haters on the internet, he also has one of the biggest fan bases. Here's the thing about the Irishman. No matter what you think of him, whatever he says makes the news. While other people in the fighting industry also engage in trash talking and weird antics, no one gets more attention than Conor. Because of this, it isn't really surprising that he has the most haters on the planet. This study also proves that he hasn't lost his pull, and whenever he fights next, fans will definitely be tuning in. Next, Jeff Molina got a ton of hate for sporting UFC's Pride Month shorts. Flyweight flyweight fighter Jeff Molina won his third fight in the octagon on Saturday at UFC Vegas 56. He was supposed to be celebrating this huge moment, but instead, the 24-year-old fighter was met with a ton of hateful comments. This hate came because of his decision to wear the UFC's themed shorts in honor of Pride Month. Jeff revealed that he received thousands of hateful comments for supporting the LGBTQ+ community. He was disappointed and said that he thought people in 2022 would be more open-minded and less hateful. Many fans in the comments told Jeff that he was going to burn in hell for wearing the themed shorts, and that the UFC was just exploiting Pride Month for money. A lot of people also called him homophobic slurs and asked him to get cut from the UFC for supporting queer people. He revealed that he also received quite a bit of appreciation for his decision, but he feels pretty weird about it. Molina explained this by saying that supporting the LGBTQ+ community is basic decency, and he doesn't believe that he deserves appreciation for just doing the bare minimum. We're all very proud of Jeff Molina here, and we hope the young fighter continues to use his platform to spread positive messages. As for the haters, it really is quite unbelievable that even in 2022, some people are going to go out of their way to hate on an already marginalized community. Hey, UFC fans, please do better. Up next, Laura Sanko opens up on people judging her work based on her looks. Laura Sanko is considered to be one of the best UFC correspondents today. In the last few years, she's been an integral part of broadcasts as a reporter, host, and analyst. In 2021, she became the first woman in the Zuffa era to serve as the color commentator during Dana White's Contender Series. Despite continually proving her worth to the company, Laura revealed that she often hears sexist comments about her come-up. Apparently, many people on the internet believe that she got this job in some untoward and scandalous way. On Block Asset's Block Party, she assured fans that that's simply not the case. She also said that because of her looks, people believe that she doesn't really have anything intelligent to say, which is obviously super insulting. She praised UFC figures such as Michael Bisping and Daniel Cormier for always showing her respect, and said that because of them, some fans are starting to show her respect as well. She added that she owes a lot to these male co-workers for making a spot for her at the table. As for us, we'd like to say that it's pretty depressing how rampant sexism and homophobia are even right now. Laura is fantastic at what she does, and she should be able to do her job without fans hating on her because of her gender. Good luck to her, and we hope the misogynists have to see her on their screens for many years to come. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Jorge Masvidal will get a fight with Nate Diaz once again? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.